Ready, Seti?
Yeah, let's
Ready
go.
to talk about sex?
Yeah.
How creepy is it that I just like brought you out to the woods? Oh, hey everyone! Lacey here, and I have a really special guest, Mara Wilson.
Hello.
You may know Mara as Matilda, played in Miss Doubtfire, played in a lot of
Miracle on
films.
34th Street. I was in a lot of kids' movies. Yeah,
Child
back
star,
in the day.
basically.
Back in the day.
Is that how you describe yourself?
Yeah, recovering child star, sometimes former child star, an acceptable target. Yeah, that's
Still getting over it.
Yeah, exactly.
Trauma. We've been hanging out for a little bit. You're pretty well adjusted.
Thank you.
Child star.
I like to hear that.
I guess the media sort of sensationalizes child stars and
They
like really
do.
blows up their troubles. when
They
get
do,
older.
yeah, and there's a lot of them, and they're sort of an acceptable target. You know,
Yeah.
they're seen as like somebody that you can mock, that you can joke about.
Kind of
you know,
disposable.
yeah, they are. They're very much disposable, and so the world's kind of against you when you're a child actor because you know when you're a kid you resent that, and then also as children get older they sort of reject what they once loved. You know, little girls do this when they destroy their Barbies when they're preteens and teenagers.
I totally did.
Oh no, I totally did too. Mine had like
Burn it
bullet
all.
holes. Mine had their hair cut off.
Then we burn our bras when we get older.
Yeah, exactly. I think that it's important to accept sex as part of life and as a positive part of life, and to be responsible and healthy about it.
Do you feel like that captures your experience with sex, like how you learned about sex and?
I don't think that really was my
No.
experience. I remember in 4th grade we had that thing where you watch the video about puberty, which is also, I will point out, this is a great thing to bring up. Anytime there's a lull in a conversation, we'll be like, did you guys have to see that awkward puberty video? And they'll be like, oh my god,
Everyone saw
yes,
the same
everyone saw
video.
it. We had this thing called Sex in a Cup, which was about, everybody
I'm
would
scared
get
to know.
It was, it doesn't sound very
Doesn't sound
appealing,
cute,
does it?
let's be real.
We all had a cup, and 2 people in the class had some kind of chemical in their cup of water or whatever it was that would turn it pink when indicated. So we all went around spooning like a little bit of your bodily fluids, a little bit of mine, like 5 different people, I think. And I like accidentally didn't follow the rules, and I ended up like spooning it with one guy and then spooning it with another. So I had sex twice in one night with 2 different guys, apparently.
Hey, good night.
Yeah, that's gonna be taken out of context. They put the indicator in, and like 3/4 of the class had an STD, and they were like, "You see how STDs spread?" And yeah, and I remember like writing in people's yearbooks, like, "Remember when you gave me an STD?"
One of my big criticisms of the way that America does sex ed is that it's very fear-driven.
Yeah, it
it's
is.
all about
Oh, totally.
making you really scared and terrified, and not actually about giving you information.
Yeah.
Is that accurate too?
Oh yeah,
your
definitely,
experience?
definitely. But then I transferred to a boarding school for the visual and performing arts. Had a whole unit on birth control, and that was awesome because that wasn't fear-based; it was very fact-based, and that's what I think sex education should be.
You have made your sexual debut.
Yeah, it was pretty anticlimactic,
Yeah.
literally and figuratively.
It usually is.
yeah.
I mean, it's their first time.
We'd been dating for years, and we were very safe, and we knew we were both very ready, and we were really in love, and we really trusted each other, and we were each other's best friends. We were going to use 2 forms of birth control every single time. And it was also good because I felt like we could laugh about it, and if things weren't going well, and if things were uncomfortable, which as it turns out, they kind of were,
Yeah.
I could tell him, like, no, don't do that, please do this, please do this, please don't do this, and it felt good. Like, I have no regrets about that.
There are 3 things that I heard in that were really awesome. Trust, that you communicated about it.
Yep.
And also that there was another one.
The 2 forms of birth control.
Oh yes. But also, there was another one that you felt ready.
Yeah,
Yeah.
definitely. I definitely felt ready.
How do you know if you're ready?
I think you really need to check in with yourself. You need to feel safe, you need to feel desire, you need to be able to communicate with them. I was almost 21, and I'm really glad I didn't have sex in high school because I was not ready then. I was
Yeah.
really not ready. Anything that's like a sexualization of children or with children or like something like that, I mean, understandably makes me really upset. I do think that a lot of female child stars will think that to grow up is to be sexy.
Right.
So they feel like they have to be sexy. That is the fast track to adulthood. It did definitely, affect the way that I viewed my body, and I think this definitely happens with a lot of young women who grow up in the public eye. They feel like their bodies are not their own.
Yeah.
And I
They're
still
there
get a
for
lot of
everyone
people,
else.
yeah, anytime I do any kind of appearance, she should do her hair differently, she should do this, she should do that, she's really ugly now, blah, 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 blah. And I'm like, guys, you know what? Like, my appearance is not for you.
Would you consider yourself a feminist?
Yeah, I'm a feminist.
She said it without
I said it out
whispering.
loud. I didn't for a while. I did the I'm not a feminist, I'm a humanist thing. It's not about, you know, hating men or doing these things. It's about women being judged for what they do, their actions and things like that, rather than their genitals or their appearance or their identity or something like that.
Being worth more than just a body that can deliver pleasure to other people.
Or, you know, maybe have like a child, you know, like develop a fetus. Like that's not what it's all about. I feel like there was a lot of casual sexism that I encountered growing up and I sort of internalized and I didn't realize until much later.
Me too.
Yeah.
I think we all kind of do that, actually.
Yeah, exactly. And I look back and I look back on some things and I'm just like, that wasn't right.
Yeah.
That was really disturbing. I do think that a lot of people want to keep me a kid. The characters in my play, like my play Sheeple that I wrote, like there's talk of sex and there's swearing and, you know, there's characters who smoke pot. And I actually don't smoke pot, but they do. I was always a little worried. I was like, oh, what are people gonna think?
Because people still see
people still see me as a child.
10-year-old. And this was your first full...
Yeah, my first full-length play.
Full-length play.
Yeah. At the beginning of this year, we submitted it to the New York International Fringe Festival and it got in. And had a run
which
there.
Which is amazing.
But my dream is to have it like performed at colleges and maybe one or two very progressive high schools.
Yeah.
Yeah, that is my dream. I'm working on a book. I'm working on another book. I have a screenplay. Right now it's just like figuring out which project I should work on next.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Mara really does write stuff. So where can people find your work?
You can find it on marawilsonwritestuff.com. Also, on Twitter at Mara Write Stuff.
Well, thank you so much.
No, thank you so much for having me. I'm very excited to be on this.
This is really awesome.
Yeah,
I'm really glad we
thank
got together. And thank you so much for watching. Please check out her stuff. All links down below. And I will be back soon with except your mom. Oh.
What?